funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune in quick, hear the power flow. Wake up CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the windy city, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up CEO to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy Chicago way. Wake up CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Hey, Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Dr. Carolyn Stevens, the CEO of the BHC Media Group. And when you are looking for a strategy for self-leadership, get aligned with Wake Up CEO with host Rachel L. Gary every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO, let's go! Wake up, go some set that tone. Wake up, every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up, no more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up, boss up now, go get it on. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, nah I ain't faking no. Lost, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. They put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. You boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah I made my way. Built my brand, now I paid my lane. I turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, game. But now I'm up, and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in flexi. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubted, they laughed, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up, boss you, boss up now, go get it all. Yeah, every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago.
Hey there, hey there, hey there, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary. Get ready for your 2-hour power-packed wake-up call to step into your full potential. Y'all know, guys, my mission here is simple: to speak candid truth to empower your inner CEO. That's that one that is clearing your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction to be the CEOs of your life. So let's get locked in. Man, if you guys have not already heard or seen, today's show is going to be fire. We are talking about how expectations start with boundaries. Oh, and I have some awesome guests that are going to join me today. I've got the CEO, Bobby Stretchin. She's from the CEO Mastermind class that I have. That, guys, you got to get locked into it. Go to BHC Media app and download that link and get locked into the CEO Mastermind 10-week. What? We in season 2 now, guys. Y'all got to get locked into season 1. Season finale is coming up, so get locked in. Then we have authors of the day. I have Theresa. She's going to come in and step in. We have Natasha stepping in. We have Fyre Marshall stepping in. Guys, today's show is going to be electric. And if you are not locked in, I don't know where you've been and what you're doing, but we got to get you locked in. And stay up for the power statement of the day. And also, that leadership 3-point play that is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. And y'all know what we do on Wake Up CEO. We dive right in. So the power statement of the day: our boundaries aren't walls. They're gates that protect your peace and guide your power. Protection of peace, guys. Protection of peace. If no one knows anything else about me, I'm protecting my peace with a shotgun. And let's get to that question of the day. I want to make sure as you guys jump online, and if you guys are listening to me live on Support District Radio or the 360 app, thank you guys for joining me. If you want to think to yourself, this is the question of the day: what hard line in your life do you keep letting people cross? Oh yeah, it's about introspection today. Introspectively, what hard line in your life do you keep letting people cross? So what's that line in the sand that you said, man, I'm not letting this happen no more, and then 2 days from now someone's stepping over that line again? That's what we're talking about today. How expectations start with boundaries. And y'all know, first we got to get clear, because boundaries begin with self-care. We're going to start there. Boundaries begin with you really honing in and locking in on who you are and what you want in your life. What? So that silent moment, y'all know, when I take a moment, it's about you taking a breath on Wake Up CEO and thinking, it's the reason people are not forgetting about my boundaries. They're stepping over my boundaries or stepping on top of my boundaries. What part of that do I play in the reality of the situation? That's why we got to get clear about the self-care. Because when you have self-care, then you have a clear understanding. You're like, okay. I play a piece. You are the peace. You are the peace. You are the reason why things are happening or not happening. So we're gonna dive into that. So you can't expect others to do what you haven't established in you. Oh yes, it's the truth. How can we expect what we don't inspect? Introspectively inspect. We're expecting someone to say, all right, I'm going to do what was necessary in your life, for your life. But we introspectively don't think about, what do I really want in my life? What do I really want in my circle? And it's redefining self-care as structure. Because self-care isn't about indulgence, guys. It's about self-preservation. How do you set up boundaries that allow you to have peace, peaceful thoughts, peaceful moments, and a peaceful life? Psh. Guys, I was having a whole conversation before getting up on Wake Up CEO about my peace. It's a regular conversation for me, though. I want to be transparent. It's a regular conversation. When things are going on in my life, I ask myself, are they aligned with my peace, or are they not aligned with my peace? And I have 3 clear things in my life that I'm always striving against. Striving towards. And when I'm always striving towards those things, I ask myself, are the things that are happening going against my peace? So it's make your care non-negotiable. Block time, rest, reflection, and a reset. Because usually when you're having issues, it's because you haven't blocked some time for you. Some time for you to think, some time for you to breathe, some time for you to reflect on what's going on in your life. But to do that, you have to give yourself a moment. You have to give yourself the space, and you have to give yourself the time. I know. I know. You don't give yourself the space, you don't give yourself the time, and then we're running. We're running from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing without giving ourselves a moment of rest. And I don't mean just that rest of sleeping. I mean that rest of thinking of what's next. Your mind's running 20 miles an hour to the next task. Then it's going 100 miles an hour to the next task. Then it's going 80 miles an hour to the next task. When you got when you in the bar where you just parked and just sitting there relaxing, when is that taking place? So we got Bruce checking in. He says, not being a good hammer when I was everyone else's favorite nail. Ooh. Love that. Love that. Love that. We got Letitia checking in. She says, hey, CEOs, I want y'all to get locked in. Thank you, Letitia, for joining us today. You guys gonna see Letitia coming up soon. Just get locked in. Stay locked in. Stay locked in. But when you got those boundaries, and we're really talking about how to have expectations start with your boundaries. If you don't give yourself the boundary of, I'm going to legitimately stand my ground for my self-care. I'm going to give myself the time to rest. I'm going to give myself the time to reflect, and I'm going to give myself the time to reset. And you have to schedule your time. It's your calendar. It's your 24 hours. I know it seems like everyone else is controlling your time, your boss, the kids, life. But if you really sit down and think, the only person that can control your time is you. You're renting your time to your employer for 8 to 10 hours, however many hours you're working, because there's no 8-hour shifts anymore, guys. So a lot of times when people tell me something about 8 hours, I'm like, hey, I haven't seen an 8-hour shift in years. When I was working for an employer, I hadn't seen it. I have not worked an 8-hour shift in probably 15 years, maybe longer than that. So you rent your time to them. So in a 24-hour day, if you give 10, if you're renting your 10 hours to the employer, that's rent. You won't get paid for your rent. That's when you get paid. Then at least 14 other hours. Then you have things that you're doing for your kids. You're allocating time in your day for things that you're doing with your kids or for your kids. Then you have the time when you're sleeping. Most of us are sleeping between 5 and 7 hours a day. Though that 8 hours of sleep that we say we're going to get don't even happen. And then we're asking ourselves, when I got time for me? Here it is. You drive to and from work. If it's a 15-minute, 20-minute, hour commute, if you're trying to grow and trying to do something better, be someone better, have something better, let me give you a little thing to do. Audiobooks, podcasts that deal with growth in the field in which you're in or the field in which you want to move to. That's your time, your growth time. You're allocating that time. So you're going to say, oh, my drive to and from where I rent my time to the employer, I'm going to give myself an hour each day for this. Your lunch breaks. Now, I'm going to tell you, I hear all the time, my lunch break is my time. But you are on the phone and we scrolling. But we're not scrolling to something that's going to help us. We're just scrolling. So how about that we scroll to a book, scroll to even a podcast that you can listen to or visually watch, either way, that's going to help you for your next path. I'm just giving you ideas of how to allocate and find time in that 24-hour day. Because when you're looking for a solution, you can find it. But if you are comfortable with excuses, you can keep talking about them. Which one are we comfortable with? Are we comfortable with the excuses, or are we ready to find a solution? That's something. The only person who can answer that question is you. You are the architect of your future. And that's why when we're talking about how expectations are started with boundaries, because if you expect for a better life, you have to set a boundary with yourself that today I'm going to start doing something to set up the better life. I know that hurt. My stomach hurt a little bit when I said it. And we got people checking in with us. We want to make sure we let them know. Letitia said, I'm not parked. I'm always in beast mode for myself. I need this money. That's what's happening. Then we had Nanette jump in saying, howdy. Hey guys, if you're not already locked into Nanette's music, y'all go stream her stuff. Just go stream her stuff. Look up Nanette. Guys, I mean, take an opportunity to listen. Next week, we're going to have one of her songs on the show that she sent my way. Be ready to get locked in. But the question of the day, as you guys enter the chat, is what hard line in your life do you keep letting people cross? Be transparent, because what you don't discuss, what you're afraid to talk about, can't change. If you're afraid to confront an issue, you can't make a change on it. That's why we got to get clear. That's why the first part of the show is about getting clear in your getting clarity, boundaries. Begin with your self-care. That's what we started with. And you got to identify your emotional leaks. I know that people hate this one. Every time you say yes to something, you say no to something else. Where's the balance? So do you want this or do you want that? So we'll use, for instance, let's say that you are looking to buy a new car next year. In 2026, you say, I'm getting me a new car, a nice car. You say Mercedes, we want us a foreign car. We want our car imported in, whatever that looks like. But yesterday, you spent 2 hours doing nothing. Not nothing because you were doing self-care. You spent 2 hours just sitting on the couch watching TV. Law and Order. One of these TV shows, I've watched TV guys for so long, I can't even tell you what's on TV. It was funny today when I was at the dermatologist, her and I were talking, and it was something on the TV. It was some people on there. I was like, man, I ain't seen these people in years. The last time I had saw them, they was on a soap opera together. I think it's Kelly and Mark. So it's some show that they, hey guys, one more time, I don't watch TV. I apologize. I don't know the name of the show. But Kelly and Mark were on the screen. I was like, man, last time I saw them, they were on TV. But it goes to that I don't spend my time watching TV because I'm buying back my time. And so if I'm giving an employer 8 hours a day, I'm renting my time for them for 8 hours. That gives me 16 more hours in a day. I start allocating my time. I talk a lot about this in my course about time management. And not time management, because managing your time makes you more successful. Complacency is a thief of, I put, as opposed of the thief of joy, that's a thief of my time. If I'm not managing my time and I'm just letting my time go past me, while I'm watching TV, while I'm scrolling on social media, while I'm just hanging out in the club, or if this is just my life. I'm not saying that everyone has to live my way. I'm just saying that's my life. That's how I live. I don't go clubbing because that's time. That's time that I could be cultivating my business. Am I trying to be a multimillionaire or not? I know. Is it am I or am I not? So that's what you got to ask yourself. Am I trying to grow or am I not? Do I want the car or not? Do I want the better lifestyle or not? Am I going to complain about, right now, we're having conversations about Medicare. Like in my friend circle, they're talking about Medicare and they're talking about the food stamp programs in the United States. Guys, remember, I'm not a fear monger. So let me explain to you why I'm bringing it up. For me, when they said they're shutting down this program, I said it doesn't affect me. Now, this was in my friend circle. We were talking. I said it doesn't affect me. They said, why does it not affect you? I said, I don't have food stamps. I don't have Section 8 and I don't have Medicaid. They said, okay, does any people in your apartment buildings have that? I said, possibly. They said, so let me tell you how it affects you. So they were breaking it down to me how it affects me. It affects me because if they don't have a way to buy food, their first priority is to make sure they eat. So what does that mean to me? That means that for the rent, they're not going to pay rent first. They're going to get some food first. So he's like, okay, so we were having a conversation of how can we support our community? Now, this goes to me thinking with a smaller mind and having a circle of individuals who have bigger thoughts. Because he broke down to me how very quickly a situation that I thought had nothing to do with me has everything to do with me. So we were having a brainstorming session. What programs do we need to bring into our communities, and who do we need to talk to, and and what aldermen do we need to start getting in touch with to find out what's their plan? Now, the reason why I'm talking about it is that my boundaries, my expectations, how do I grow to be the millionaire if I don't put this stuff in my mind? So I was so appreciative of him reminding me of where I'm trying to go, who I'm trying to help, and what I'm trying to do. Because right now we've already had a conversation about the food stamp program, and it's going to be about the free lunch program on a couple of areas in which we're working with some people about bringing back a lunch program that is sponsored by the neighborhoods. So we were already having the conversations with a couple of places about getting fresh foods and putting people in place to be able to make those food. Now, because for me, free lunch was for me a help the person be able to eat thing. I remember being the kid who counted on that school lunch. But when you're clear, the reason why we could have those conversations, because we have 2 hours a week where we spend having conversations about how we grow. If I'm watching TV or I'm wasting my time doing something else, I don't have 2 hours to think, take in that information, meet with people who are progressively a lot more advanced than I am in things, so I can grow and they can grow. Because I help them with other things. I help them with growing their business. They help me with other parts of my business and other things I'm doing. It's having the wherewithal. Just give yourself the time. So we want to jump into the chat real quick. We had Nanette check back in. She said Nanette in her 20s would give multiple chances, but now my line is liars, betrayal, and being sneaky. Once I start seeing that, then I postpone myself. I accept that's who you are, but I will remove myself. That part. It's understanding. So Letitia, people telling me about myself saying you're mean, you're aggressive, you're bossy. That's not it. I just don't perform, and I need to make that clear. Ooh. Letitia, drop that in there. Then we had Steve check in from Epilepsy Enlightenment, the founder of Epilepsy Enlightenment, checking in. So true, coach. Thank you. We have Dr. Carolyn Stevens checking in. Right, coach. If you guys are not checked in with Dr. Carolyn Stevens, she is the CEO of BHC Media Group, where my station is housed. So you need to go to BHC Media app, download that app, and check out the CEO State of Mind channel, guys. Get locked in. We talk a lot more about behind the scenes, about how life grows and how to help individuals find success in any career that they're in by giving them the behind the scenes look on what success could truly look like in their lives. Let's make that happen. I appreciate you guys for checking in with me. So as you guys come in the room, let's get that question of the day is, what hard line in your life do you keep letting people cross? That's what we're talking about. We're having that discussion about how expectations start with your boundaries. And we started with the being clear, because when you get clear, you understand that your boundaries are self-imposed. You must impose the boundaries with you so you can grow in other ways. That's how we got into where I was discussing about my friend circle was having a conversation about us growing, about what we need to do. What aldermen are already. So let me explain the conversation a little bit more. They were saying that if they cut off food stamps and they cut off Medicaid and they get rid of Section 8, what do we need to do in our community? What boundaries do we need to start setting up? Because, hey guys, don't get upset with what I'm about to say next. The main thing being the main thing, we spread ourselves thin on who we're going to help. And this is what I mean by that. If we say that the school program is what we're going to work with, and we're going to put our resources into that, we need to make sure that we're going to start allocating resources to other parts, that we have a group that can do so. That's the setting the boundary of what I can and cannot do. Now, my mental and my financial resources are going to be in play with making sure kids have food to go to school. That is a high priority for me. Now, yes, the other things they have a priority, but as we were having our conversation, as I said, we were having our round table, one of them said, okay, maybe I can talk to the aldermen because I have a better relationship with them to find out what they have coming up. Because then I know what aldermen are already looking at a plan and what aldermen are now don't have a plan at all. That's not one of their priorities. So he said he's gonna start addressing to find out who's already got plans, so we can start figuring out who we're gonna partner with. That's what it's talking about, guys. My boundary was, okay, I'm gonna work with people getting food. Organizations that are doing that, that's where my focus is. Now, I'm a champion for people having housing. That's why I bought buildings in the first place. So I might pivot and we switch off, because in my circle, we always are advocating for the best things in our community. So because housing ends up being something that's on the table, I said, okay, fine. When he finds out more information, then he'll bring those details. We'll sit down, and I got time to think, because what did I say in the beginning? I'm gonna give myself rest time, reflection time, and reset time, which this past Sunday, I gave myself some reset time. So I'm gonna reflect on the information he provides me so I can figure out how I can help. Who do I need to partner with? What initiatives do I need to be putting in place in my business so I can be able to support? I want to say all this, guys. Without money, you can't support anybody. Now, I say this because a lot of times people ask me, why am I always helping individuals with one thing? Because my main business is to help people be able to monetize their gift. Because without money, you cannot make change. I pause for a reason, CEOs. Without money, you cannot make change. We think that we can make change without money. You get burned out and your change is only temporary. You're only helping temporarily. But if you have a good heart and you're a person who wants to help individuals, you know how you do that? By having something to help them with. The 20 years of me being in business, being in leadership, allow me to help individuals be able to set their businesses on fire in stages of 10 weeks. 10-week stages, I can help you set your business on fire. When you're a good person, that person's business, if that person whose business is a good person and it's on fire, they have money to give back to the community. I want you guys to have a whole understanding about when people are giving money away, you can't give something you don't have away. If I didn't have a building, I wouldn't have a place to house anybody, homeless or not. I would just be talking about it. So this is about being clear and identifying things in your life to set those clear boundaries so you have time to reflect on what is truly important to you. I don't want to get out of the chat. We got to get in the chat. We got people here jumping in. No more lunch ticket programs. Do y'all hear that? No more. That part, remove myself from the negative equation. Yes, yes. Dr. C says one of my favorite words, boundaries. Absolutely. Who we are going to help and how are we going to help them? That part. That's what my circle talking about. I got another circle that talks about, they be complaining. They don't talk to me often. They might get, because I'm still a friend, they might get once a month conversation. But the circle that's talking about being a solution, I talk to them every single week. Every week. I want to stay in the know of what we doing. I want to stay in the know of being abreast of what's happening. When something's going on in the community, like I'm part of CHC in Chicago, the coalition for Chicago's coalition for the homeless. Because I believe in people having a place to live. There's been bills that have been submitted to Congress. We have someone who gives us updates on those bills. Guys, let me tell you a little bit about it. We raise money. We give money. To get the bill even seen, we had to rally. $1.7 million is how much had to be put together to get the bill, even the signatures and everything together, get everything that we had to do to get it submitted. Now the bill, it failed. However, to make change, we had to learn from that failure. Now, I haven't been to a meeting for the last couple of weeks because on Tuesdays was my CEO mastermind. I realized that my CEO mastermind was colliding with my ability to go to those meetings. So I shifted it to Fridays because it was important that I go to those meetings because I want to know how we're moving forward, what things I can put in place, what fundraisers are going on, what signatures do I need to be getting, boundaries, being clear with you and where you're trying to go. Steve says, yes, yes. Then we have correct. Without money, you cannot make change. Right? You need resources to help people. You just can't help them otherwise. Then I have my lovely wife who is checking in. Hello, 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 CEOs. Get locked in. Thank you for joining me, beautiful. I'm just having a conversation so we can understand what boundaries do for us. How expectations start with you having boundaries. You can't expect anything in your life to grow, change, or flourish without you setting boundaries with yourself and giving yourself the times to reflect, rest, reset. Rest, reflection, reset. You need time and you need to set your boundaries so you can have that time, so you can reflect on what you want. Reset when things are not working the way they are. I call it a pivot as well. Got to know when to pivot, when not to pivot. But you only get that opportunity if you have time to reflect. This week, as I said, on Sunday, I took the time, reset, cut my phone off, close my door, cut on my music. I have my own playlist, so I have that was created just for me, my music, no one else's. The music that you guys hear on Wake Up CEO is a lot of it is original. Because I want to make sure that I was getting my mind ready. I went through my business. I was combing through all of the stuff that this is working. This is not working. This is helping people. This is not helping people. This is not moving my business forward. It's pushing my business backwards. I went through all of those things because we're at the fourth quarter, guys. And if I want my business to end strong and to set up for January to start strong, I got to reflect. So when I reset my day, I got the rest from social media, rest from people calling, rest from me going someplace. Took the time to reflect on my business. And now I'm resetting some things and setting things up a lot differently. I'm only speaking to you guys about things that I know work. Now, do I have to always am I right? Maybe not. It might not work for you. You might have to find a different regimen. But to get things in your life that you expect, we got to get some boundaries around it. So saying no without guilt, guys, it's the part. No is a full sentence. But you have to decline with confidence and not apologize. You're not going to be able to say yes to every situation. You're not going to be able to agree to be at every place. There's some things you're going to want to do that you're not going to be able to do. And it's okay. But saying no would resolve. No with understanding that if I say no to this today, it opens me up for the other yeses that I have in line. And sometimes just saying no because you need time to rest. So you have to replace I'm sorry with I'm not available right now, but thank you. This isn't about being nasty or having an attitude. It's about showing up in a way that is still, hey, I don't have the time right now. I'm not available. That's not I'm sorry. You're just not available right now. Keep me in mind next time. Sometimes what your grandma say, what your grandparents used to say to you all the time. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So no don't have to be, nah. It can just be, hey, I can't do that at this time. Thank you for thinking about me. At this time, I'm not available. No, I really don't have those resources right now to help with that. Now, they're good. Now, let me say this. This does not mean people are not going to get mad. People are going to get mad. But what you cannot internalize what other people are thinking. What other people are thinking and feeling cannot stop you or change you, rearrange your mindset when you're setting your boundary. I got a friend who every time he says something to somebody, they are like, man, you really said that? He doesn't say it meanly. He just says no. And is intentional about that no. Let's jump in the chat. We had Stephanie check in facts. We got the CEO of Highly Productive Chicago, Cherie Sloan, checking in. Hello, CEOs. Dr. C says, preach. And Dr. C says, yep. I mean, that's what it's about. People being upset with your no, you can't control that. You can't give more than what you got. I hope y'all heard me there. You can't give more than what you got. But as I said, I'm going to digress on that point. But just make sure that at the end of the day for you, when you are making a decision, you're making a decision based upon your boundaries and your expectations of what your life needs to look like. Your life, your boundaries, your time. What does that need to look like? And then when you give an answer to a question, how does that set with your boundaries, your time, and the life that you're looking for? What you expect out of your life. No one's going to set those boundaries. No one's going to accept your boundaries if you are floundering on those boundaries. Had to pause and give you a second for that to set in. So if you guys have jumped in to Wake Up CEO on Facebook or YouTube, please answer that question of the day. What hard line in your life do you keep letting people cross? We want to get the people off our lines. So while you guys are taking that in, we're going to play some Jericho by Nico. Get locked in. Stay locked into My Radio Chicago, where we support district radio, because we already know this is more than radio.
You know, like, sometimes you just gotta stop caring about, like, what everybody else think.
My questionnaire, the questions were just very exact and to the point of what I needed. And when I met with her in my one-on-one session, I found it to be very profound.
Excited for this. This is something I really need and something I've been looking for a while.
It's an assessment. Like, it asks questions that make you think deep about what you want your life to go. It's an assessment.
The 10-week financial focus plan she gave me helped me to see it in a better way where it would make money.
It was basically a reality. Something that looked like a dream, but in reality, it was nothing but a shift of mindset. It's a state of mind.
Out and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week, right here on CEO State of Mind.
There's a new TV network on the scene.
I'ma walk like a CEO, think like a boss. Every setback I had turned to gain, not lost. My of mind. Power in my steps, vision in my lane. I don't follow waves, I create my name. This ain't hype, this purpose designed. I live loud in my CEO state of mind.
They want the crown, but not the pain. I made my peace inside the flame. Ownership, that's every choice. I don't fold, I find my voice. Every win, that's earned, not luck. Every no, just fuel I tuck. I'm not here to break or blend. I break the mold and set new trends. Mindset strong like steel and gold.
Questions were exact and to the point of what I needed, but immediately I was able to apply some extra income come immediately this past week.
Charging $150 for these classes. So I had 30 people show up each day. I charge $150 and we're like 4 days.
I've gotten like three more clients since I revamped again. And I'm really grateful for that.
I actually hit my goal. I think I was at 158. And so this week I'm now at 170 RSVPs for my lunch party.
I have been uploading consistently, sharing it, and also promoting and marketing on. I did build up my own team as well. The business, I also did crack in another client.
Welcome to the CEO Mastermind.
Hey there, hey there, hey there. We are now back, guys. Y'all got to stay locked in. And now, before we just jump on to our next guest, I had the pleasure of working with Bobby Struthen over the last 10 weeks in season 1 of the Mastermind. She is the author of an amazing book. She is also an award-nominated author. Guys, I want to tell you that Bobby, grace is like an understatement with when I met her. Meeting her, talking with her, it was always a graceful conversation, always a conversation of empowerment, always a conversation of who she's going to help, how we're going to work together, how we're going to make things happen. She is the CEO of Just For Me Wellness. Guys, without further ado, let me bring the queen to the stage of grace herself, Bobby Struthen. Welcome to Wake Up CEO, Bobby.
Welcome. I hope my mic is on.
Yeah, your mic is on.
Oh my goodness. I'm wondering, who were you introducing? Are you kidding me right now? I mean, who is that?
The one and only. What do you mean? Who is that? The one and only Bobby Struthen. Come on now.
Oh my goodness. Rachel, it's so good to see you and be with you today.
And you know that I am utterly grateful that you have the opportunity to just be with me today, having a conversation with me. Thank you for taking the time out your busy schedule of joining us today.
Wow. I don't know what to say. You got to give me a minute, girl. I have been enjoying the show. It was a dynamite question. I mean, all of the nuggets and the insight. I mean, I've been sharing it. So everybody, I'm inviting you. I sent you the invitation. The link is out there on my Facebook page, all of my pages. Bobby Struthen author is live on my regular page, Bobby Struthen, and then it's also on my Just For Me Wellness page. So all of my followers over there. This is your business self-investment resource, live here with CEO Rachel Gary. Look, y'all in for a treat today.
Oh, absolutely. They in for a treat. They in for a treat just because you're on the show today to share some insight. So we're going to dive in. Bobby, first, I introduced you with all the businesses and everything, but can you please give us a little information about the Bobby Struthen?
Listen, I'm an ordinary person, and I believe, when you meet the right people, you end up finding out that extraordinary you, because they bring so much into your life, especially when you're willing to listen and learn. So I am Bobby Struthen, CEO of Just For Me Wellness. It's a nonprofit organization, and our mission and motive is to help people become informed, active participants in managing their wellness, not just physically, mentally, business-wise as well. We also do in-person workshops and training, and because we are now in with the CEO Mastermind class, coming in 2026, we're going to be fully active in the virtual platform so that you can come online, take virtual classes, also schedule one-on-ones so that we can get together and help you do a basic body assessment so that you can look at yourself and get a better, clearer picture of just how you doing. Y'all know how Madia says, how you doing? Yeah, we have to know how we're doing. I'm also an author. As Rachel just said, I won my first award for my mother's biography, Walking on Streets of Gold, which is available on Amazon. And also you can cash out me and get that, and I'll have that in the link for you. And also I was working with Dr. Carolyn Stevens, woo woo, and we compiled a book together, The Sacred Seeds of Wisdom. Dynamic book. It's like getting a library of a whole lot of information that is compiled by women who are writing what every Black woman should know.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Bobby. Breaking it down. So let's talk a little bit about just for me wellness. Let's hold on. She just poured so much on us, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about just for me wellness. And if you guys were not aware, Bobby Stretchen was part of season 1 of the CEO Mastermind. She's coming back for season 3 because guys, I'm legitimately here trying to assist people in their journey for financial success. So when you say you still want to work with me, absolutely, let's work together to get you to the next level. That's why I tell people in 10-week increments, we can grow the business, get a base, go from a base to getting more structure, but you're gonna make money all along the way. I can't have you being broke out here because you can't help people broke. You gotta have something to pour into them. So let's talk a little bit about Just For Me Wellness. And I know we talked about the body assessments, but if you can give us a little more information about what Just For Me Wellness is and where Just For Me Wellness is going.
Where Just For Me Wellness is that we've been in business maybe for 7 years, but off and on, especially during the time period of COVID, we pivoted and we shifted into being able to do in-person wellness assessment. Now, what that consists of is those 3 major, I'm gonna call them illnesses that people deal with, which is high blood pressure, obesity, and diabetes. Among the Black American culture, that's very predominant. But a lot of times, people don't find out about the illness until it's already fully blown in their systems. They're already now finding out at an appointment that, listen, you've got diabetes. The doctor's prescribing new meds. There's a crash diet that you've got to kick into, and you're not ready. So those type illnesses is what we focus on so that you can be informed. And as you become informed, now you can take an active role, make good decisions for yourself.
Absolutely. Bobby, for 7 years, that's what the business that you were doing. If you don't mind me asking, what made you work with me for the last 10 weeks?
Well, like I said, after COVID,
prior.
Since COVID and since some other personal things in my life, Just For Me Wellness didn't have the connections that I nurtured from the beginning. So now, as we've heard today, you can't help anybody if you don't have money. It takes money to get the resources, money to get the tools, and to have the availability to provide the services. So when I heard about Rachel and she was giving away nuggets, I'm thinking like she's already telling everything everybody needs to know. And having been in so many workshops before on how to make money, how to do your business, I really didn't want to hear anymore. Didn't need another one. But she was giving away such rich information without cost that I decided to go ahead and join. And when I did, the very first initial step, those 20 questions, I'm going to tell y'all something. It is worth your time to get with Rachel and get into those 20 questions, because those are the ones that brought about clarity. It brought about direction. It helped me to make a assessment of Just For Me Wellness. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? And how can we do what we really want to do? And to understand the financial concepts that are needed too. So Rachel, when I came to you, it helped me to take my business first from the visual into the business platform.
I'm so happy that you came and joined us, because during this time, even though she came to find out information about her business and we walked through together, because at the end of the day, it's a collaboration. Even though I set up the 20 questions, the 20 questions have to come from you. The answers have to come from you and about your business. Then we sit down and have our one-on-ones after that. Once we got into the season, Bobby came in and stepped in with so much grace during the time. Guys, you guys got to just see it. When she came in, she had so much grace, and it was just, she was going through a trying time, but it was just so graceful for her to spend the time with us. She elevated us every time she came. And I appreciated that. And I wanted to make sure that I say that, Bobby. I appreciated you coming to CEO Mastermind. And I can't wait till you come to season 3. Because by that time, I mean, I heard something about Bobby sold some books and sold them all at an event. So it was like, so with that, pass and go from Just For Me Wellness to the award-winning book. So now that you're nominated this year for a book as well, being an author, what I know what we talked about before, what made you write, but if you could just explain to the audience, what made you write your first book, and when you started writing it, did you think it would have touched people the way it has?
The reason I wrote the book is because my mother started writing it. So I'm not the original one who got the concept. She was the one who said, I just want to tell my story in my voice, and I want to say it just like it happened. I don't want anybody to fix it, make it politically correct, so to speak. She didn't want to change it. Just let me tell you my story. So I started writing for her. We collaborated. And so I learned a lot in that process. Okay, so during the course, she passed away. After she passed away, I found it too hard to finish the book, and I didn't want to, but I thank God for a whole team of people. I got to give shout out, Rachel, right now, to a few people. I got to shout out Joyce Malone of Albany, Georgia. She was so intimate with me and encouraged me, and she edited, and she would not change my mother's tone of voice. And then Dr. Barbara Whitehead got in there and published it with Kingdom Publication. Dr. Carolyn Stevens come from nowhere and stuff, and now it's nominated for an award. I'm not looking for that. I just wanted to finish my mama's legacy, and I didn't know that the story she was telling would help heal people, so they wouldn't always be trying to survive trauma. They would overcome it. So I expected that, but I never expected it on this scale. I mean, I expected in Doran, Georgia, where we lived. But are you kidding me? Here on the Rachel Gary show, I'm able to, man, Rachel, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna have to come where you are. I don't know what to say. I gotta come in the studio.
Yeah, that's all right. If you don't come here, I'm gonna have to come to you. Don't worry. Don't think we definitely not gonna be where we just virtual. I gotta give you a hug in person. That's how it is. But I want to say we got people who joined in. We got Steve who said the one and only. We had Dr. C who said, "Hey, Bobby." We had Bruce who said, "Let's go, Coach Bobby Stretching." Everyone drop a follow. Then we had Bobby and Dr. Carolyn. Wow. We got Gina stepping in, looking fabulous off the Bobby Stretching. Man, guys, I want to say at the end of the day, if you guys are not already locked into Bobby Stretching, tell them where they can find your book, Bobby, where they can find you, all of the good stuff, because I want to make sure they stay locked in with the one and only Bobby Stretching.
Listen, you all can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Bobby Stretching author. Just type it in, you'll find me. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at Just For Me Wellness. Also, my superhero, Bruce Logan, my Batman, he's getting me hooked up with my website. It's on the way. And you can also get the book on Amazon, but to get it personalized, send me $25 on Cash App and I will hook you up. But either way, get the books.
All right, Bobby, I thank you for taking the time today. I got some other lovely ladies who want to join in and have their say. So I thank you for taking the time with me today. I welcome you to season 3. And always drop in the chat. We always going to sit and talk. Thank you again for taking the time today. We appreciated you on Wake Up CEO. Let's clap it up for the award-winning, now award-nominated CEO of Just For Me Wellness, the one and only Bobby Stretchen. Thank you, Bobby.
Thanks, Rachel. Have a good day.
You as well. All right, guys. Man, if you don't know about Bobby, get locked in. So I have some 3 amazing authors who are coming to the stage, and I want you guys to get ready, get locked into award-nominated authors here. So up next, I have author Natasha Cook. Natasha, welcome to Wake Up CEO.
Hi, thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
On the road, but that's all right. We appreciate you for taking the time. I'm going to be on the road for another podcast at 6 o'clock.
Yes, I'm just getting off work. I say, oh my God, I got to hurry up, get to this interview, this podcast.
No, I appreciate you. Long as you feel safe in your car, we are ready for you.
Yes, I'm parked. So we're good.
Natasha, I have to laugh about it. I do this every week. I have a show every Wednesday for the month of October. I'm on a show after this one, and the radio station is about 25 miles away from my house. So it's like,
oh wow!
So on my journey home, that's what I'm.
Yeah, I said, all right. I'm like 30 minutes away from my job. I even sat in the parking lot for a few minutes. I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can make it home. And I'm in front of the door.
All right. Hey, if you want to step in your house, you can go ahead. I got 2 other authors who don't mind.
Oh no, we're good. We're good.
All right, Tasha. So tell us a little bit about Natasha Cook. Where did you come from with the book? Come on, let us know about your book, the title, and where and what made you write it.
As you said, my name is Natasha Cook. I actually came from Baltimore, Maryland. I actually have 2 books nominated. The first book is Friends Before Enemies. It's about betrayal. It's about love. It's about anything, suspense, murder, friendship. Just a little bit about everything. And then I have another book called Through Tori's Eyes. That's actually a children's book. And it's about autism, of how you can talk to your child about what autism is. And all of my books is actually on Amazon. I do have a web page, but I'm still kind of in the improvement of it. It's still being worked on, but it's coming as well.
Okay, so that means you got a work in progress. You got 2 award nominated books. Hey. I love to hear about nominated books. So because we're talking about boundaries today, so how has setting boundaries in your personal or professional life shaped the message in your book?
For me, for my boundaries, everybody take my quietness for weakness. So what I try to in my books, I try to let everybody know that they're not alone. And sometimes you may need that quiet space. Like for me, for one of my boundaries, what I do is I like to write. So I just sit aside, I light some candles, I take a bubble bath, I do whatever to relax my mind. But I kind of iterate that in my books.
Okay. So you put it in your book about boundaries. I love that. I love that. So
Yes, yes.
what lessons did you have to learn about self-care before you could put those things inside of your book?
Well, you have to go through something to actually learn something.
Mm.
So I I try to speak on experience of what I went through. Because if I don't like to speak on stuff that I don't know, so I just try to put what I know in my books. I like to
Mm.
speak from the heart.
I love that. The first book, is it fiction or nonfiction? And I know you said you're the children's book. So what was it? The
I
first
do.
book.
The first book was Friends Before Enemies. It is fiction, but it also has a little tad bit of truth in it. Just a tad
Uh-oh.
bit, just a tad.
So, so
And
that go ahead, as you were saying.
yeah, a tad, it's a little bit, but it's just a tad. But everything else is fictional.
Okay.
Now, children's book, that my children's book, um, it's it's it is fictional, but it's also based off of what I hear about autism and some of the characteristics of what autism is.
Mm. So I know right now there's a lot of autism awareness going on, and if you
Yeah.
could just expound a little bit on what made you write about autism.
Um, Basically because there is a lot of autism going on, and there are kids out here that actually don't know what autism is. A lot of people, they don't know the signs. Like a lot of people don't know that. I mean, and then it is a lot of different types of autism. But the main point of autism is they like to play with bubbles. They don't like loud music. They don't like to be around a lot of people. Like a lot of people don't know some of the characteristics about autism. So I was like, well, maybe I could write a book about it and get my daughter, to help me. And that's another thing. My daughter, she actually drew the main character of the book because she
Okay.
likes to draw. So I wanted to see how it was like working with a child, even though it was tremendous fun. It was so much fun working with her just to see her draw this main character. Oh, I loved it. But that's all the topic. I'm sorry. But
I mean, that's
just
what
to
it's about. Getting the next
yes,
generation involved and building a legacy. So,
yes, yes.
how old is your daughter?
She's 11.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 11, and she just loved to draw. She actually wanted to comic at first, and I just was like, um, let's just do a book. I'm sorry if you see me. That's my daughter. She's trying to get in the car.
Oh, well, tell her she can talk about her book, her artistry while while she interrupting you. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, she's back there. She's right there. She's the one who actually drew the main character. That's Damari Jackson.
Hey there, how you
She's
doing?
a little yeah, she's a little shy.
That's all right.
But yes, but
It's already out here, so we already see you.
that's right. Absolutely.
It's all right. It's all right. But I said this. It was good to hear about you having a partnership and working with your daughter, especially when we're at a point in time where building legacy is important. And it's important to get
Yeah.
our kids involved in what we're doing so they have an understanding that we're not just out here wasting time. We're building something for time that gives you a little more time and things that you have going on. So the time that you guys sit together on it, how much fun did you guys have together on that project?
Much fun, especially with her, the drawing, and then me being nominated for the awards, I actually wanted to take the award show with the DAG last year, but I couldn't get her out for school. And this year, unfortunately, wasn't able to come this year. Award show coming up in March, March of next year in Washington, D.C., that we're going to be to.
Okay.
But it was so much fun.
Okay. So when you heard that your book was nominated for the Distinguished Authors Guild Award, so she jumps. Hey guys, technology sometimes do that to you. So if she jumps back in, we'll go ahead and continue the interview. But we got two more phenomenal authors that are up. So up next, guys. If you guys don't know about Fyre Marshall, I want y'all to get locked in. Now, I've heard so many great things about her, and that is her pseudonym name. I'll let her come out here, and if she wants to tell y'all what her real name is, but y'all get ready and bring it to the stage, the incomparable Fyre Marshall.
Hi.
Hello, Queen. How are you today?
You know what? I think it's car day today because I had to pull over.
Hey, my show is in the middle of the day. People do have jobs and have lives. I do understand.
Oh my God, I'm awesome. How are you?
Very well. I thank you for taking time out and coming joining me today to tell me about your illustrious story and your illustrious book.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about you, and if you want to tell us what your real name is and why you picked Fyre Marshall.
So let me just begin with a little bit about me. I am originally born and raised from Gary, Indiana. I left for a little while because I was in the military, but then I came back 9 years ago, and I live in Miller Beach. So everybody knows about the pandemic. The pandemic had us in the house, and it had us bored. It had us going stir crazy. So Fyre started writing. I have been in the inspirational genre. I have been writing inspirational poetry, songs, and so forth and so on. But during the pandemic, I decided to spread my wings a little bit, broaden my horizons, and I wrote a few secular songs, and I started writing erotic poetry. Now, I had no intentions of publishing it. I started in my mind, like a lot of people do, thinking about what are they going to think? What are they going to say? Because I am a believer. I am not only a believer, I am also an ordained believer. And someone who was a girlfriend of mine, who also became my book coach, read a couple of my poems and decided that she was going to encourage me to publish. When we talked about it, she explained to me, she said, yes, I know you're a believer, but this is a gift that you have. And so just like any other gift, you have written something in a different genre. There are people who appreciate this genre. This is a form of entertainment. And there's also a purpose in it because there are people who need a spark in their relationship. And so after we finished talking, she encouraged me, and I decided, yes, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to publish, but I'm going to use the name Fyre Marshall.
Oh, okay. So we have erotic poetry, guys. This is my genre for people who do not know. I've been writing poetry since I was like 9. So, and I won awards in the Chicagoland area, in the Michigan area as well. People might not know that about me for my erotic poetry. It's crazy. I stutter when I talk, but not when I read my poetry. So I had a different persona for the poetry, and it seems like you got a different persona for yours. So we got Dr. Stevens who checked in. She said, "My girl, Fyre Marshall." We got Gina checking in saying, "Fyre Marshall is hot, guys." Hey, we about to talk about it, and then we got Steve who checked in for real, Fyre for real. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna dive a little bit into some of this poetry in this book. So what's the name of the book?
The name of the book is Pornetry. new dimension of erotic poetry. And
Okay, okay.
let me explain that name.
I was say, break that down for us over here.
So what happened is that when I write, I tend to write in the form of stories. So these are not only just poems; they're stories. They're things that people can relate to. It's stuff that's going to make you blush. It's stuff that's going to make you chuckle. It's stuff that's going to make you reminisce. And it's some stuff that's just going to get you all heated up. It's spicy.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of that. Some people need to fire up their relationship, fire up their minds, and it just sound like you just had you gonna bring it to all encompassing. So where are we? Are we reading this poetry, or are we just writing?
So as of right now, I've just written the book. I've written a lot of poems. I have done some spoken. A couple of events I went to where there were storytellers and poets, and I read a couple of mine. I don't memorize it, but the people listened and they heard and they liked. They really enjoyed it. And to this day, I have people tapping me on the shoulder saying how much they liked it.
Okay. So you wrote the book during the pandemic. Or you wrote the book during the pandemic, and you came out and they said for the Distinguished Authors Guild, your book was nominated.
Oh my!
What was that moment, Fyre Marshall? Come on now, what was that moment?
I laughed at first because I just couldn't believe it. I was so surprised. I was not expecting that. I had been familiar with the Distinguished Authors Guild because I had a previous book under another name that was nominated and won back in 2022. And so when I got the word, I just couldn't believe it. I was excited. I am very excited because the Distinguished Authors Guild is such a wonderful organization. It is excellent for authors, and I just want more authors to get involved.
Okay, so when you say you are a award nominated author under your other name, I'm loving that. Under your other name, you are an award winning author, and now Fyre Marshall is going to be a award winning author, and that means your pseudo got one, you got one, you're award-winning, multiple award-winning author. I mean, what would that feel like for you to not only under your original your name, and now to have your pseudo name to win that award? What would that feel like for you?
Well, it will feel absolutely wonderful because it is something that really boosts your confidence as a writer. I don't know about anyone else. I can't speak for anybody, but I can say that when I am writing, sometimes I don't have the confidence to think my stuff is so good. I'm always second guessing whether or not it's going to be good to somebody else besides me. And so to win, that would be absolutely wonderful. I know that there is an independent group of judges and that Gina doesn't have anything to do with that, so it's all fair. And just, to hear your name called in that way on the award night, oh my God, it'll be an awesome feeling. I'm excited. I look forward to it. I am excited for all of the authors, and I wish everyone well.
Awesome. I mean, I will say this. That's the thing about Distinguished Authors Guild, that everyone wants everyone to win. Even though the people are in some are in the same categories, I as an ambassador myself, I say that at the end of the day, I am promoting everybody and everything that they have going on. I don't care what category they're in. At the end of the day, I want people to have recognition for their excellence, because that's what I think of Distinguished Authors Guild. It's about celebrating excellence. It's about understanding that someone took their time and took their time, their energy, and their passion and put it into a book. Yes. And to be recognized for that literary prowess, and then to be nominated And then to already be an award-winning author, then to come to be out here in the world sharing that story. I'm just trying to figure out where you're going to be reading these poems next. Remember, everyone has to remember, I'm a business coach. So I want to know the business. When we going to get to the business part, Fyre Marshall? We got to get you out here reading these poems because that's what people going to buy. They going to buy that sex story.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
So we got Dr. C. She chimed in. She said, "Go Fyre 2025 Distinguished Authors Guild nominee." Then we have Gina, who said it's all about support. Yes. So as you were saying, when are we gonna see that video come across my screen? Because with all of the nominees, I do get alerts. I want to see when it comes across the screen that she's doing a moment.
Well, I have something that I call Verses and Vibes once a month at a local restaurant in my community. I live in Miller Beach out in Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
And so far, it's been pretty wholesome. It's been, just poetry and storytelling, and people from the community come and share. But what I am going to do, is Verses and Vibes After Dark. And that's where the erotic poets and the erotic storytellers will come, and we will share. And I hope to take that on the road. Maybe you can be of some help to me.
Hey, I have no problem. The one thing about me, Fyre, everyone will say this: I have no problem taking opportunity to help individuals find success. But I want to see that. I want to see that after dark sooner than later. So I'm ready to hear those. Hey, we're gonna pull the. We're not gonna say R. What's the mature 14? Then you got what is it? Mature 14, then R, then G. What's those the other categories after that? X and all that. So we got to get the milder poem out there first. So just so we'll get people's mind thinking, I need this at home to be reading to my spouse, reading this to myself so I can get prepared for the night. Because you know how people use music to set the tone, set the mood.
That's right.
When you're a writer, and I mean, as a poet myself, I let my poems set the tone, set the mood.
Yes.
I used to put a little. I had there was a gentleman who I worked with who I had him put a little music behind my poems. So when I did my poetry on the stage, he played the guitar behind me.
Okay.
So he played the guitar it went along with him, and I would get together like twice a week, come up with a tone for one of my pieces, and then I would get on the stage and perform it. So like we would have cello. I would have a cello background. This is just some ideas. Hey guys, I'm big on helping. So put a little romantic cello. I got one with a violin. Guys, back in the day, I used to really, really, really read. Now I have not read a poem in 20 some years.
Oh my goodness. You got to get back to it.
I don't even write anymore, Fyre. I mean, right now you got me like digital. You got me like I need to pull out the pad again. But no, I have not written a poem in years.
Oh my God, you got to stir them juices back up.
I've been I'm focused on business. I'm gonna be honest, that takes my mind completely out of business. I just want to say that for the record. I've been married 17 years, but my mind totally come out of business to write poetry. Because I don't write any kind of poetry. I don't write political. I am very in tune with my sexuality and my sensuality, and that's how I write. I write from that place. So with me saying that, what place are you writing from, Fyre?
Well, I'm writing from my sensuality, my sexuality, my imagination. I am writing from a female perspective and a male perspective. I'm writing from a perspective of freedom. I am writing from all those different perspectives because those are all things that I think continue to help us thrive as human beings, to still have that vibrance, to still know that you're alive. And to understand that I don't care who you are and where you come from, you are a sexual being. And so these poems are written to not just entertain, but to remind of who you are. It's got to happen. You gotta stay in tune with yourself. You really do. And for couples, oh my, you need, sometimes you need that extra that will help you remember those things that brought you together, those things that kept you together. I'm telling you, when you began to read, I even have a page called Stiletto Tips and Soft Whips. And it's a page to help you understand how to use this book. For example, take this to your partner and read it. You read something to them and let them read something to you and see where it takes you. I guarantee you.
Okay. So
I
it's taking
guarantee
us on a journey.
I guarantee a good time. So, you know, yeah, it's meant to be something that people use as a reference book.
Fyre, where can they get the book? One more time, where can they get the book? And one more time, where can they get the book? And because we want to make sure that everyone is able to enjoy the life that we have, because we only get one.
So right now, I sell the book out of my trunk. You can email me at Fyre Marshall for you, and that's FYREMARSHAL, the number 4, the letter U, at gmail.com.
Hold on,
and
I'm talking to you, Fyre Marshall. Hold on, put that for me one more time.
It's Fyre Marshall for you at gmail.com. That's FYREMARSHAL, the number 4, the letter U, at gmail.com. And I will personalize it and send it to you. It's $20. And I'm working with Dr. Carolyn Stevens, and she's helping me to get my act together with the business part of it. And so I will have a website. I will be getting it on Amazon and doing all of the things that I need to do to get my information out there, because pornetry is just the beginning. I will write other books and maybe novels in this genre as well. As I told you, I write other things. I write inspirational. I'm a songwriter. I'm an all-around creative. I do abstract art. I do it all. I do a little acting, all of it. And so you all will hear from me again. I really do plan to put this book to music and have a project going out with that. I plan to work with someone to put it in a production. I would like to see pornetry done by dancers. Can you imagine a red screen with nothing but a silhouette of people behind it acting out what's being said in these poems with music?
Hey, I don't think we gotta think about it. I think that you just told us what we're gonna be seeing in one of these after darks, because I just can't wait to see the create. Because once you get creative in this way and bringing those creative juices to an actual art form, because every part is a you being creative. You're being creative in your words, creative in the actions, and bringing a visual with that. I think that would be so slick. So I want to make sure we're spelling pornetry right. Can you spell it right? Spell it out for me. I'm putting it in the chat.
Yes, pornetry. PORNETRY.
All right, I was on it. It is now in the chat, guys. Go get that book. If you looking to spice up spice up your mind, spice up your relationship, have conversation, because this is definitely a conversation piece. Because at this point, I'm interested in know more, see more. I can't wait to see the silhouettes behind. And I know if you're working with Dr. C, we will definitely have conversations in the future, because I always am lending a hand to make sure that people find success in their businesses. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. So I thank you for taking the time. Award-winning author and now award-nominated author. Thank you for taking time with us here on Wake Up CEO.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been such a pleasure.
All right, thank you. So go ahead and let you get home after this long day. and I definitely, are you going to be at the award show?
Oh, absolutely. I will be there with bells on.
All right, all right. So I will be there on the red carpet. I cannot wait to meet you in person, so we can talk about this book. Bring a copy, because then now that means now I don't have to order it online. Bring me a copy. I would like a copy of the book. Please, I want my name in there. I want all of the info in there. But no, absolutely, bring me a copy of the book. I definitely want a copy.
I will definitely bring it.
All right, thank you again, and we will talk soon.
Thank you.
Guys, I hope you guys get locked into that book by Fyre Marshall. Pornetry, $20. Go to firemarshall4you@gmail.com. And if you guys want to see her in person, go to the event is going to be fire, as you just heard. It's a Distinguished Authors Guild Awards ceremony. November 7th is going to be at Theater 47 in Park Forest. I want you guys to get locked in to not only the authors that you see here today. I will be there. The authors that you have been seeing all month and the authors you will see again next week. Get locked into individuals who are bringing literary excellence to the forefront. And get your copy of these books. Get your copy. Get your copy. One more time. Get your copy. And we have up next, guys, as I said, I was going to have a power pack session. Last, but definitely not least, I have the pleasure today to bring Theresa Smith-Hickman to the Wake Up CEO show. Guys, let's clap it up, clap it up.
Hello, everybody. It is me, Theresa Smith-Hickman, also known as Mother Dove. How y'all doing today? Hey, Rachel.
Hey there, how we doing, Theresa? Mother Dove. When I first saw that the first time when you were doing the show, I said, I can't wait to get on here to ask more questions.
Yes. What's your question?
I am very inquisitive.
Mm-hmm. So why Mother Dove?
Yes, first, before we get into the little intricacies, tell us about you. What made you write your book, and what is the book's title? Let's get into it.
Yes, so thank you for allowing me to come on your show today. Yes, I am Theresa Smith-Hickman, also known as Mother Dove. My nominated book for the 2025 year is I Am A to Z. It's an affirmational-based book in which my character, Terry, is taking children on a journey of who she is from A to Z. So I'm pretty much highlighting different vocabulary words within this book, trying to expand our children's vocabulary, being able to speak life into themselves. I think it's so important that our children learn how to speak their life into their own selves. And so this book, I Am A to Z, does just that. And then by the end of the story, I encourage children to write their very own affirmation to be able to do what I'm having Terry to do. Speak life into our children and giving them the words to be able to describe who they are. So that's our nominated book this year. But I did have my award-winning book back in 2023, I Can't Just Try, for those of you who are familiar.
Say that again, Theresa, for who are familiar. She said, get into it. Don't sleep on the fact that she got A to Z. Let's take it back to the award-winning book. All right, let's start. Let's go back. Let's go back into the past to take us to the future.
All right.
What award-nominated book, and what was it about? Because I want y'all to get locked into the whole platform, not just one book. The story.
Okay. I know y'all familiar with this one. This one has been all over the city. I've been traveling, trying to get more and more people to know my girl Terry. So this one is I Can't Just Try. It's about my character Terry, who's always saying, I can't. Until one day she was inspired to just try. And so that's what I'm about. I want our kids out there believing in themselves, knowing that they can do anything they put their minds to. And so Terry is about that. She is out here inspiring more girls and boys just like her to do just that. I am really, really big on words. I am really big on making sure that our children know the words to carry them through life. And so that book, I Can't Just Try, now I Am A to Z, we out here. Trust me.
You said you in the world. That's what I'm talking about.
We out
So,
here.
so I can just try. As I can hear, the theme is about bringing possibilities to kids and kids understanding that the possibilities are there, because I can't just try. It really speaks to the psychology of the word I can't. We a lot of times we say I can't, which limits us. So what made you come up with the version that is about empowering our children and making them or giving them the tool to understand that you can be, do, and have the life that you want to have? Because I love when you're talking about empowering kids, because they are the future. They are the building of a legacy. So what made you decide kids?
Why kids? Okay, so I didn't give you my whole spiel. I am an educator. I've been teaching now for 15 years. I also have my own tutoring business titled Mother Dove's Academy. I also have a nonprofit, Mama T's Cares. Everything that I do is about our children, right? And so when I wrote my book, I Can Just Try, it was during the pandemic time, and so many kids were giving up on themselves and just kept saying, I can't. And I get it. You behind the screen, it's hard. You don't have that support and that help that you need. But I strongly believe that if you speak life into yourself, if you encourage yourself, if you tell yourself that you can, those words will manifest into your everyday. And so I said, you know what? I have to change their mindsets. I have to change their narrative. I have to give them the words that they should say, that they should speak life, right? And so I wrote my children's book, I Can Just Try, in order to do just that. It was important for me to change these babies' mindsets, to change how they think and how they speak, because that's how you show up. And so that's where the book was birthed.
I love that. I'm going to tell you what I heard so much out of what you just said about making when you find a way to make sure that at a young age, you're giving the information to a foundation. I'm big on foundation, guys. Remember, I'm the leadership coach. That's what I'm always going to start with, the foundation. When you give a foundation for a kid to know that they can,
yes,
and change the vocabulary from I can't, I don't, I shouldn't, I couldn't, to I can, I will, just try. That lets them know that those words are limiting.
Their possibilities are endless.
Yes, I'm a firm believer in the impossible, because I tell the word possible doesn't exist. The word says I'm possible. It's my brand. So my brand says, say I'm possible. I'm a firm believer in it because the impossible doesn't exist. What did Nelson Mandela say? And what is it? The impossible. How I remember this quote. It's crazy. Nelson Mandela, he said, it's always impossible until it happens.
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, impossible when you can't do, someone said once upon a time we couldn't have lights, that we couldn't have internet, that we couldn't be talking to people across the world at any given time. Someone at some point said we couldn't do that until we actually put it in our minds that if I try, no matter how many times I fail, there's a possibility that it happens. And that's what I heard from what you said, that the possibilities are endless as long as you try. So, one way, and I also have to say thank you for being an educator of our youth. It's something that I cannot do. I do not have the patience, Theresa, and I applaud. We got to clap it up for the patience. Hold on. Clap it up for the patience. I have patience with situations, but I don't have patience with kids. I don't know. It's not a thing for me. And everyone has to stay in their circle of genius. And obviously, you're in your circle of genius, and you're igniting flame with children in there and guiding them to have a circle of genius. So, so what grade is it that you teach, Theresa?
So this year I actually have preschool. So My certification is from pre-K all the way through third grade. I'm a special education teacher. And so I've been working with students from pre-K through third grade within Chicago Public Schools. But like I said, I also have my own tutoring business, and I work with students all the way up to the age of 12. So if anybody ever does need any services, I'm located in the Bronzeville area. I have really dynamic tutors that work alongside with me, and we are really just trying to make sure that we are merging those gaps, right? Those necessary gaps within our city, just working towards building our kids' capacity to be able to learn and to grow and to be able to go out into this world. You know, it's so much going on, and our children are our future. And so we have to pour into them now. We have to make sure that they are getting everything that they need to be able to be confident and competent individuals for our future. So that's what I'm really about. Like I said, I've been teaching for now 15 years. Everybody look at me and I'm like, 15 years? Yes, it's 15.
I was gonna say it, Theresa, but I try my best not to give people hard time. She looks like she's about 21, 22 over there. I don't believe her. I need ID. Cardinal right now.
I get it all the time. Everybody's like, really? Yeah. Yes, I have. But yeah,
Wow.
for me, it's about our kids, and like you said, I'm also wanting for them to understand, just like those who have come before us have done it, they can too. So real briefly, I did wanted to show you guys. So this is my latest book. This was the one that came out in 2025. It's the ABCs of Black History, and this one here is where I'm highlighting different African Americans who have made an impact in our community and what they've done. And so it's for our younger ages, because that's where I, make sure that I'm fostering all of the learning for, but anybody can read it to learn. So we have people like, Huey Newton in here. This is one of my favorites. Spike Lee is in this book.
I love that. Theresa, make sure you bring. I'm gonna ask a question. Are you gonna be at the ceremony?
I will be there. But
okay, I need a copy. I'm trying to figure out. I got 5. Give me. I need 2 copies there because my grandbabies, the babies are 6. Okay. They're gonna read it. So
I will. Look at this one. This is one of my favorite. You see who that is?
Was that Queen Latifah?
That's Queen. Yes, that's her. So I'm using this book in order to, so many times we talk about the same people, but there are so many of us that have just made such a huge impact and done so many great things for our community that I really wanted to just keep highlighting those people and getting them out there, and so that our children can know they can do it too. Nothing is impossible for them. So yeah, I can go on and on.
No. Well, we're gonna let you go and come ask you a question in a second. So we got Deidre. So she said, "What a beautiful concept," and then she said, "Go, Theresa." I mean, absolutely. And then she said, "Hey." Then we have Nia say, "Hey, Arthur sis." So I have to say that the concept about Black History ABCs. Now, the reason why I'm going to talk about this, guys, hey, y'all know I'm big on my community. I was having a great conversation with, I don't know if you heard in the green room, about the circle of friends I have. And we're always talking about how to pour into the community and how to remind our kids that things are possible. Because when you teach them that it's possible for you to have the life that you dream. It's possible for you to have nice houses, nice cars, nice furniture, nice things, nice neighborhoods. All you have to do is do A, B, C, D, and whatever that looks like. You instill in them that it's possible for you to do it without doing things that are illegal.
That's right.
And that's the part that a lot of people don't express. That why do our kids believe that the corner is the place to be? Because that's the corners that they see.
That's what they see. Mm-hmm.
We replicate the things we see. Yeah. We do those things in our lives. So you have to give them something different. And when I was a kid, I was a reader. I'm still a reader. I read probably 104 books a year. So, so I'm an advocate for reading. I was a troubled kid who stayed in the library 99% of my, from first grade to sixth grade. I was in the library majority of the time. They wouldn't suspend me because I was such a good student as far as academically, but, having the emotional intelligence, wanting to sit in the chairs. I just didn't want to do what they told me to do. I'm that way still to this day, guys. I don't do what no one tells me to do. I am that way, but it worked out differently as I got older. When I got older, I learned how to calm down and got an understanding about why I didn't really want to sit in the seat, why I didn't want to do those things, and giving teachers a hard time like Theresa in first grade, second grade, third grade, giving them the hardest time ever. And they were like, I just want you to sit down and not get up out that seat. I'm walking around the class. I was outside in the hallway doing everything. And I guys, I'm not going to sit around here and say it was a mental health issue for ADHD or autism. It was not. I just did not want to do what they told me to do. And it worked out better for me in the long run. But books like this, if they had been on the shelves, I wouldn't have had to search so much for who I was.
Yeah.
And I think that having a representation of individuals who look like them, talk like them. Yep. When you see, like, if you see Queen Latifah's transfer, I mean, when she first started in music, as she grew in music, as she became an actress, and her life, you see the trend, you can see the transition. Yeah. But for our kids to see those things, see that representation is definitely going to give them an identity of growth, an identity of strength, an identity of that we can make it in not just sports. Because I know you have people in there that are not just sports related, music related, things like that. Because I saw that you had Spike Lee in there, and then Huey, you had him in there, which tells him that we can be someone who is responding to injustice in a way of finding solutions.
Yep.
Because that's the part that we don't hear about Huey. We always hear about the rebellion, but we don't talk about the part of where his rebellion was really about a collective of individuals learning to have boundaries with yourselves so you can start taking care of your own.
That's right.
About it was not fighting the system. It was creating a way for us to have a system of economy within ourselves.
Yes.
Right now, we still talk about to this day about the black dollar, how it only stays in our community for seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was, and one of his things that he was about having it only circulate in our community.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that book. I need 2 of those copies. Please bring them with you, Theresa. I will be looking for them.
Okay. Yeah.
Looking for you. So that's you I'm looking for. I'm looking for Fyre. I got to get my books. I'm not playing.
You know what, Rachel? You know, the other reason why I made sure that I wrote this book, not only so that our students can see people who already have, you know, made a huge impact, but also to encourage us as adults, as educators, as parents to be an example. We have to be the example that we want our children to follow. We have to lead. We have to show them. We have to give them exactly what it is that we want for them to be. And that we do that by our actions. We do that by how we stand out in the crowd, how we present ourselves before others, how we show up in a room of other people. Like, we have to be the example. So it's not only to encourage our children, but also to encourage our parents, our adults, our teachers, everybody, to make sure that they are doing their part for our children, because we are the living examples for them. We have to do it. So I'm just really big on making sure that we're staying connected, especially as a community. Like you said, you know, that black dollar, it leaves so quickly within our community. But if we start to really, you know, empower one another and lift one another up, we'll begin to say, you know what, I want to continue to spend black. I want to continue to encourage my sister and my brother. I want to continue to do my part to make a difference in this here world. So I just had to get that point out as well.
No. I mean, I appreciate that point, Theresa, because that's the biggest point. I tell people, when you want to see a change, be the change you want to see.
Right.
So for me, the reason why I'm on the radio, the reason why I do everything that I do, the reason why I speak about community, the reason why I speak about my friend circle and the things that we are speaking about, because when you want to see a change, if you're not that change, you are part of the problem.
That's right.
And to me, when you're not going to ever hear me talk about a problem that I don't already have a solution to, or I'm not trying to be part of the solution. When I was talking to Fyre about her book, I was saying, as you heard, hey, how about I want to see that? I mean, and I got to tell you, I'm always one of those gentle, forceful people. Like, hey, I would love to see that because I want to see her book out there. She's got a book. I want to see though what you're talking about. I want to hear your poetry because people feel those things. So for me, I'm a huge believer in if you want to see something different, be something different.
That's right.
Be that person. And right now, Theresa just said she is that person. She's standing up for that person. She writing about that person. She's incorporating that into her daily activities because she wants to see a difference in our community, and it starts with our youth.
Yes, it does.
Because I'm gonna be honest. When I was a kid, if someone had a when those books were, as I said, I was a reader, when those books were pouring information into me, if I had to see more people like us in those books. Like I was a big Encyclopedia Brown. People don't even know who that is, but it's an old detective, and Sherlock Holmes and Batman. These are now. It's funny. I modeled my whole life by two of those three people. I am very intuitive where I investigate situations, and I use Sherlock Holmes. That used to be my figure, my model that I was modeling how I investigated something by. And Batman was my favorite superhero because he did everything with ingenuity. Imagine if I had saw the Black Lightnings. If that was what I had seen first. I'm just saying he was a regular every person. I just use these for instance that we weren't taught about all those things. You had to go seek them out. And right now you bringing this information into our school system. I got to see you read. I got to see you reading these stories more places. I got to see these books in all of our communities. So
tell them to book me, Rachel. Tell them to book me. I am out here. I want to come and do read alouds to our youth. I do story times with Mother Dove.
Okay.
Yeah, and I provide enrichment activities to reinforce what it is that I'm trying to teach, what it is that I'm trying to get out there into the community. So tell them to book me.
Okay, we got to start with libraries. Now, I tell people, I don't know if y'all know this, that libraries are not non-for-profits. And I say that on right here for a reason, because a lot of people believe that you have to give free services. You can work with a library and have them set up a meeting for you. Usually you can charge them $200-$300. They'll set up, they'll market you coming there to the library. Same thing at schools. She works at a school, but to be a vendor in the school, I had to have this conversation with a nice lady. She's a cook at a school, but the school just signed a contract with S2. So if you're from the area, you know S2 Grills. S2 Grills, my friend is a partner at S2. And she was like, I cater. But she never thought about it. That she could have just become a vendor, because just because you work for CPS doesn't mean you can't become a vendor and offer them vendor services.
I've been trying. They keep telling me no.
What? You just got to get a principal to sponsor you, Theresa. What they mean no? Why they say you can't do it? Come on, break it down. Hey, we're going to have a quick coaching moment. Y'all are involved. What did they say to me? We got to write this down.
It's a conflict of interest.
Your business your interest because you're a teacher?
Because I work for them, yeah.
Okay, I got a question. Who else work with your business?
So I have my mother also a part of my business too. However, but because of the relation, they say it's still a conflict of interest.
Okay, so CPS, I know y'all not listening, but it's okay. If you are listening, y'all take some pointers. How we gonna get Theresa in the schools? All right, Theresa, we're gonna hire some kids. We're gonna get you some kids involved in your business, and it's gonna be a write-off for you. So you're gonna get $10,000 per kid. But I mean, have a kid actually read the books to kids. They are part of your business. No relation kid. Mm-hmm. They are booking your business. And this is the person who will be delivering the message.
I haven't thought about that. I appreciate that.
One thing is, I'm gonna always be thinking and trying to find a way for people to make money. It's my, in all honesty, it's my gift though, Theresa. I listen, look, and I try to figure out an easy path. It's how I was promoted all those times in my career. Mm-hmm. But then that way, the kid is the face of the business. And then we have to make them a partner in a way.
Right.
You give them a 25% share, whatever it is, because they have to have a 25% stake to be a full partner. If you have LLC or do you have a regular LLC, 25% gives them a partnership, and they are a partner in the business. Then they're booking your business. This is the person who's doing the business. Only reason why I said a kid, because a kid giving that message allows kids to relate. I know we love to teach. We love to teach. Kids take information better from kids. Mm-hmm. So one kid who would love to read for you, who would love to help you, but you get your message out. Mm-hmm. Let me know how it works. And if you need any help with any of it, believe me, I will research it to death, have you a whole synopsis, and you'll have a whole 10-step plan. And you'll be like, Dad, where all this come from? That's what I do, Theresa.
Okay, right, too. I'm going to lead to that too, okay?
No problem. You can contact me anywhere. Rachel L. Gary, anytime. And after this, I'll drop my actual phone number where you can actually contact me. The second you say you're ready, I tell everyone I only coach when people say they're ready. If you don't wake up CEO, I'm coaching. But otherwise, if you say you're ready, I can definitely put together something that I think that'll help you make it where your business could get into the school system that you wanted to get to and reach the people that you intended your book to reach. So if I could help, I'm glad to help.
Sounds good. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No problem. So now tell everyone where they can find this award nominated book, Theresa.
Yeah, so you can find I Am A to Z on my Amazon page. All of my books actually are on Amazon. There's an activity book to go right along with I Am A to Z to really reinforcing different words to be able to describe themselves. You can find them again all on my Amazon page, but you can also find them on my website at motherdoveskidz.com. That's www.motherdoves.com. Or you can simply just send me a quick text. I'm gonna give you my number real quick. It's 872-248-8510. Again, 872-248-8510. You can send me a text. I will give you an autographed copy of the book, personalized just for you. Any of my books, just hit me up, okay? But yeah, motherdoveskidz.com, and I'm Mother Dove.
Okay, that was www.motherdoves with an S.
With an S. Kids with an S. .com. Mm-hmm.
All right, one more time. That's Mother, MOTHER, Doves, DOVES, Kids, KIDS.com. That phone number was 872-248-8540.
8510.
All right. Hold on. Wait, I'm putting you in here. I want to make sure they know who to get in contact with.
Yeah. Please let them know.
All right, it is not locked in. Let's put that on the screen. Make sure I got it right. Can you see that for me, Theresa? Make sure we got it.
You got it right.
All right, all right. So, guys, get locked into those books because at the end of the day, the youth is the future. If you're looking to book Theresa to read a story at a story time in your community centers, in your libraries, the number, reach out. Get that information because our youth are the future. Legacy is built from them understanding how legacy occurs. Lock in, get locked in. So, Theresa, I appreciate you coming and talking with me today. We got to clap it up, clap it up.
Thank you, Rachel.
No problem. So, remember, get in touch with me anytime at any social media platform, Rachel L. Gary, or you can go to my website, www.sayimpossible.com, and definitely let me know how I can help.
Thank you so much.
Award with my book.
I will be there. I will be there. All of them will be there.
So I need two of the ABCs because I have two 6-year-old grandkids, grand twins that I would love for them to read those kind of books.
Okay, sounds good. Well, they will be there with me, and I can't wait to the award show. It's going to be an awesome time. Yeah, and you'll meet my son. He'll be there too. Hopefully, not running around too much.
Hopefully having a good time and enjoying his life. That's what we're going to let him live his life. We had Farron check in. She said, hello, CEOs and DAG family. We had Nikki Nicole, Arthur Nicole sliding through to support before my episode premieres. That's what it's about. So I thank everyone for taking the opportunity to come with me today. Since Theresa's on here, she's going to be involved with the leadership. Okay. 3-point play. We're going to hit that leadership. 3-point play that is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy. Play 1. Define what deserves you. Define what deserves you. Know what deserves your energy before the world decides for you. 2, design your life around discipline. Create systems that protect your focus and reinforce your value. Play 3, deliver your boundaries with confidence. Speak your standards without apology. Clarity is kindness. Now that was a leadership 3-point play powered by Say I'm Possible Academy. And today we had some wonderful guests like Theresa. We had Tasha. We had Fyre Marshall. Guys, I want you guys to stay locked in right here on Wake Up CEO every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. on My Radio Chicago. Support District Radio because we already know it is more than radio. Thank you again, Theresa, for knocking in with us. We will see you next time.
Do you feel stuck? Like your dreams are just out of reach? It's time to change that narrative. Use life's setbacks to fuel the fire within. I'll walk you through the exact steps I took to move from $7 an hour to multiple 6-figure success. The roadmap includes practical strategies, real-world mindset shifts, and the habits that help me rise against the odds. Welcome to #Poverty to 6 Figures, a journey that goes beyond just financial success. This is about breaking free from the cycle and claiming your desires, transforming your life, unlocking your potential, and finally living the life you deserve. Get your copy today. Start your journey towards financial freedom. Are you ready?
6 figures couldn't change my mind.